Okay, good again. Do another update on the bug. Spent quite a bit of time doing rust repairs to the door. Both doors actually, both of them were rusted out in the bottoms. And yeah, and also finish off the shaping of the engine cover. Now, once again, I have a situation where I didn't do what I should have done in that. And actually, I'll backtrack just a sec. Yeah, I got the doors welded, puttied. I got the first coat of primer on it. Because of the amount of puttied surface, it'll be getting 2 coats of primer. I'll wet rub these. I'll guide coat it and block it out with a 240 wet, and then primer it again. Same with the engine cover. I use this 2-pack primer as a final filler, just to as I said, it does the finer part of the filling, and it's a whole lot easier when you've got it all one colour to see what you're doing and what sort of shape you've got. Yeah, anyway, so moving back to what I was going to say before, I thought, well, I better actually make sure they fit before I finish them off and finish painting them, and I'm glad I did, because this door didn't actually fit. It was hitting against the quarter panel, and of course it was sagged. There was probably shims in it when I took it apart, which I couldn't be bothered finding anyway. The shims go in because the door has sagged and the metal is bent. So in a situation like this, you have it almost closed and you just put the jack under it. You just jack it back up into position, and that bends the metal around the hinge back to where it should be. But anyway, as I was saying, it was hitting against the quarter panel. And the problem, even though I did a lot of welding on the door, the problem was probably not the door. The problem was probably in the quarter panel itself. Because I've put new sills and everything on this, and cut rust out of the bottom of both quarter panels. But because the quarter panel has already got the finished coat of paint on it, I wasn't about to cut that, so I cut the door to match the quarter panel. So in doing that, I have to hope that I don't ever have to replace the door, because if I put another door on it, then it won't fit the quarter panel again. So, but yeah, there's always a possibility too that the door didn't fit that well to start with. I mean, bugs are made in several countries around the world over a lot of years, and I know by the paint that was on it that the doors, boot, engine cover weren't made with the car. So it's, as I said, they're probably made in a totally different country and may not have fitted that well to begin with. So, but yeah, in hindsight, like I braced all the shell before I cut the sills off it, and then I measured it before and after, and but it only has to be out by a couple of mil to cause a problem like this. So in hindsight, what I should have done is actually put the doors back on and made sure they fitted before I welded the new sills on. But anyway, that was the brakes. That's the sort of things that happen when you're doing things like this. So yeah, I've managed to cut 2 mil out of the door, pulled it back in. I had to do the inside as well. I'll show you on the inside. I'll go around the other side. The inside was easy. I just cut across the centre bit in the bottom. That allowed me to move it in. So it minimises the welding, etc. This door fits reasonable. You have to pull the channel out a little bit right at the bottom there, where the channel where the door rubber goes on. Actually, that still needs lifting up, actually. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll get the jack under that as well. Pull it up a bit. Yeah, so... And, yeah, after having to chop and change this several times, so I'm glad that's still actually fitted in. We still have this issue, which I mentioned before, where once again I should have bolted the boot lid in or the engine cover lid in when I was welding up the rust hole in here, because this line doesn't match the boot lid. And yeah, as I mentioned before, I'll just build that with a little bit of putty. So, but yeah, got the latch in temporarily. As I said before, this is only primed, so it's got to be rubbed, primed again, and then painted. But yeah, it's all working properly. So yeah, happy with that. No more modification on that now. Just finish it off. Yeah, and yeah, I still got to do up here yet. So that's yeah, basically the next job. I'll get that door cleaned up. Now I'll put a bit more putty in it. This weld, on some of these welds I've got a bit impatient, and I've actually caused a bit of a buckle here and there, but yeah, I went very carefully with this weld. This is just a whole series of tacks, one leading on from the other, and I've managed to get it without, burning away any of the paint or putty that's in the door or putting any buckles in it. So pretty happy with that. That'll clean up and re-putty pretty easily. Okay, yeah. This job here, yeah, as you can see, the bonnet doesn't line up very well, which I explained in another video, so I've got to cut that, pull it back a bit, get the bonnet straight, and of course to do that I have to pull out the fuel tank, and whilst the fuel tank's out, I'll then be able to change the steering box. I managed to get a good second-hand steering box at a reasonable price. Yeah, that's been sandblasted and painted, so I'll put that on, and yeah, this time when I put the fuel tank back in, I'll be able to bolt it all down, finish. Yeah. Yeah. And, yeah. Very keen to get the roof lining in there, and the windows back in, so I can at least give it a wash and start buffing it up. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching.